Peace be with you. Dear friends, welcome to Living Flame Podcast website and Facebook group. Saturday in the 15th week in the ordinary time, Gospel reflections for the feast of Saint Mary Magdalene, a great figure in the New Testament who followed Jesus. She is a woman in love with Jesus. The Gospel immediately tells us how much she loved. Mary Magdalene's whole conversation with the person she thought to be the gardener shows her love. If you are the man who has removed him, tell me where you have laid him. She never mentioned the name of Jesus. She thought everyone must know of him. She was thinking. Her mind was so full of him that there was not anyone else for her in all the world. What did she say? I will take him away. How was her woman's strength to do that? Where was she going to take him? She had not even thought of these problems. Her one desire was to weep her love over Jesus' dead body. As soon as she had answered the person she took to be gardener, she must have turned again to the tomb and so turned her back on Jesus. Then came his single word, Mary, and her single answer, Master, Rabboni, is simply an Aramaic form of rabbi. There is no difference between these words. So we see here two very simple and yet very profound reasons why Mary did not recognize Jesus. One, she could not recognize him because of her tears. They blinded her eyes so that she could not see. When we lose a dear one, there is always sorrow in our hearts and tears shed or unshed in our eyes. But one thing we must always remember. At such a time, our sorrow is in essence selfish. It is of our loneliness, our loss, our desolation that we are thinking. We cannot be weeping for one who has gone to be the guest of God. Well, that requires strength. That requires a tremendous faith too. That is natural and inevitable. At the same time, we must never allow our tears to blind us to the glory of heaven. Tears there must be, but through the tears we should glimpse the glory of God. The second, she could not recognize Jesus because she insisted on facing in the wrong direction. She could not take her eyes off the tomb and so had her back to him. Again, it is often so with us. At such a time, our eyes are upon the cold earth of the grave, but we must wrench our eyes away from that. That is not where our loved ones are. Their worn out bodies may be there, but the real person is in the heavenly places, in the fellowship of Jesus face to face, and in the glory of God. When sorrow comes, we must never let tears blind our eyes to the glory. We must never fasten our eyes upon the grave and forget the heavens. Well, this is a great lesson for us when we look at Mary. First of all, we should have this great love for Christ in our daily lives. Always look for him, whether tears in our eyes or we are blinded by the circumstances around us. But what is important is look for Jesus. Even in our dead brothers and sisters. Well, when we look for God's glory, we will be like Mary Magdalene. And then God will be calling us by name. We all know that God has written our names on the palm of his hands. As we celebrate this great solemnity, feast, dear friends, let us ask the Lord to bless us with the grace of Saint Mary Magdalene, that we may anxiously look for Jesus in our daily lives to find His glory and to rejoice and proclaim that He is alive. God bless you.